Are you struggling to get priority slots? We can help you get a priority slot for cost allocation, almost guaranteed. I will show up the approvals that we got. Yesterday we applied for one and we got one, 16 July, 8:05 a.m. You can see the screenshot. I always put the evidence over there. So the client just applied the day before and we got this yesterday. There's another one also, second one I will show subsequently, that we got today, which was applied yesterday by the client. So in between, just watch that screenshot for whoever wants to do whatever investigation research on that, whether it's real and all. In the meanwhile, I will address some of the topics that regarding sponsor license costs, etc., etc. So one of the things that came to light today, someone sent a refusal of a cost allocation, information sharing aspect. It is very important. The cost was refused because of breach of the compliance requirements. And one of the compliance or reporting requirements are, if you have a migrant where you have assigned a cost to that person and that person gets indefinite leave to remain, for whatever reasons you stop sponsoring them. One of the reasons is also they move on to another route, which is settlement. So many times you sponsor, you may have sponsored them, let's say for 3 years, at the end of 2 years only, and still 1 year of sponsorship is remaining, and they get ILR. They may get it on 10-year long residence or any other way, whatever that is. So if they get the ILR, then your job is to report to Home Office, usually within 10 working days, that we are no longer sponsoring this person, and there are drop down options where you select that we are no longer sponsoring and they have moved to another route or something like that. And this particular company did not do that. So this cost was requested. So how this comes to light? Basically, they made a cost request which was completely unrelated to that reporting. In that case, there were some questions asked about the payslips or something of that previous employee who had already moved on to ILR. And then the employer reported, oh, that person has already left us a long back, at least more than 6 months back. And that is when the Home Office came to know. They rejected the cost allocation of the current migrant, whatever the employer was requesting, on the basis that there was a previous non-reporting. No doubt this can be rectified by reporting now and putting in all the controls in place and declaring it to Home Office, giving all the evidence, letting them come in and check if they really want to. Usually, yeah, may not be with one incidence, but yes, you have to produce as much as possible. They may remotely query the authorizing officer, have a Teams meeting or something. So whatever that is, but then yeah, you can clean that house now. But usually this is a very important point where individual gets ILR. No doubt when they move to other employers, where they resign, whatever is the reason you stop sponsoring them, then you should go and report saying we are no longer sponsoring this person. So that was the point I wanted to cover. Now I will put the second priority slot approval. So one was from yesterday, one is from today. We applied one yesterday, one today. We got this one today, 17th of July at 9:02 a.m. I'll put that on the screenshot on the screen, and I will talk something else. Okay, so that is about one, about ILR and reporting and ending the sponsorship. Second one I wanted to address. I have seen several refusals of suspensions of sponsor licenses. So yeah, through various channels people send all these documents and then I start looking at them, and that's how I gather this information. And also from Home Office information through Immigration Lawyers Practitioners Association and whatever updates we get. I'm a member of Immigration Lawyers Practitioners Association. I am level 3 Immigration Advice Authority qualified advisor. I also do appeals, everything basically under immigration. So coming back to my point, so the screenshot will remain, you can check that, and in the meanwhile I will address this point. Self-sponsorship, which I had been always cautious about, maybe over the last 2 years I have been always saying it is a tricky one. It is not in the spirit of the sponsor licensing. No doubt Home Office was quite okay with this for a while, but in the last 6 months or so, I know the guidance also changed recently, where self-sponsorship has been completely killed, finished, even if that was possible before. So what Home Office is doing, so this is another case where I was reviewing the suspension letter. Maybe the client just got this and they sent it just to take some opinion or something. So I was going through it and this is what I saw. This is what I was to always advise. The Home Office usually, whatever, some reporting failures happened, I think, and or some things, Home Office is catching sponsors in different ways. Either salary is not paid, they run that payroll reporting, or maybe there is a data breach happened and you reported it to home office. Whatever ways, somehow home office gets that trigger. Usually one of the common ways is you assign a cost to someone, and when that application goes in, usually home office keeps that on hold for certainly quite a long period of time, and then they pick you up, they do the audit. And this audit was remotely. Nowadays they are doing remote audits where they have a teams meeting with the authorizing officer, asking them various questions. So I had just analyzed, I have some pointers that I just got it from that. I've also seen several other refusals on similar line. So my warning is, self sponsorship, this point forward you are not getting. Even who are already on that, be careful. Home office, highly likely, if you are coming in an audit, you will lose the license, because that's what I see from several of these suspension emails that I get. They give you 20 working days to reply, but that is basically you don't have an answer. That's how the question is. You don't have an answer to that question that has been raised in a suspension. So just want to address, the main one was they went through the interview. Yes, there were some failings of late reporting and all, or right to work check. I think they had very good systems and everything was reported very well. Mainly password sharing was one of them. Authorizing officer, usually if you are self-sponsored, you will have some nominal authorizing officer. That authorizing officer, 90% chances they don't know much about your business. This is very, very common. It may be friend, relative, an accountant provided you, or something happened. So, and they will interview on the Teams meeting the authorizing officer only. They will ask all those questions: who assigned this cost, this, that, and all. And it comes at a point where the authorizing officer is definitely not able to answer those questions. Impossible, because they are not involved in your business. The founder, the self-sponsored person, knows everything, because you are the person, that is the person who is managing everything. They know everything. I understand that. But home office doesn't expect that person to answer. They expect the authorizing officer to answer, which is the nominal head. So that is the main reason you have got some settled person as a nominal person on this license. They ask many, many questions, and finally I spoke to that individual and one of them, and then they told me, after all the interview, whatever they talked about for almost 1.5 hours or so, 1.5 hours, 2 hours or so, at the end they specifically asked the question to authorizing officer: tell us truthfully, is this really your business, or is this been founded by Mr. X? They asked this question 3 times repeatedly at the end of the interview, and that was enough for them. So tell us the truth, tell us the truth, and tell us the truth. That's it. This was just a summary. Everything, they got all the information, whatever they had against, they asked specific answers, they got that. At the end of the interview, this is what they asked. And mostly authorizing officers, when they are grilled all through those questions, and you are at the end of the interview and such a question is asked, this person also answered the same. I know they also used it in the letter, saying, yes, when we asked Mr. Y that is this really, who is funding this, what is this, they said, oh, Mr. X is the one who is funding the business. Mr. X is the one who helped me assign the cost to himself and to others. That's the end of the license. No doubt they will give you, they will suspend it. They understand, they want to get all uh, their whole background and their case airtight, so that you go for a judicial review, and they don't want to lose at that point. So they are not going to revoke it just with that. They write all that, you have reached this 10 items. Now you have 20 working days, give an explanation. If we don't get it, then obviously we are going to revoke it, and if we get it also, they are going to revoke it. But definitely they just give that option, so that in the JR or something, if you really try to go, everything is covered. You were given an opportunity. So self-sponsored individuals, be careful. If you're caught in the crossfires, you are, the license is gone. Definitely it is gone. And many, I have seen at least 5 or 6 cases, at least in the last 1.5 months or so, people have sent it. So this was just one of them. I was analyzing carefully to just update anyone. And yes, so priority slot was the main thing, and this information sharing. If you want a priority slot or advice, if you want advice on anything, yes, links will be there in various videos. But I wanted to show this priority slots that we are getting for cost allocations. Usually people need it for extension, etc., etc. You can fill up the form in the description, in the link, wherever in the social channels you are seeing me, and take it from there, or just contact office and someone will send you from office. And thank you very much for watching.